everybody, my name's Rosie and welcome to my channel. How are you all? I hope you're all doing really well. I just thought we could chill and get ready together as I'm off out on a Galantines date tonight and I'm really excited about it. So I thought it'd be fun to get ready together. I've got a couple of bits to natter about, nothing too exciting. But yeah, I just thought, I'm on a bit of a rush to be honest. I need to be ready in about the next hour and 10. I don't know what I'm wearing, standard. I've just washed my hair and dried it. So we'll do that as we go along, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about like what I'm using and stuff. I just thought it could be nice and chatty. A few of you guys say that like you like it when I do these sorts of videos, and as I'm doing like less hauls and stuff and spending less money nowadays, I just thought I'd make more of an effort to film when I'm going out and getting ready. So I've had a pretty good week, just, you know, standard work. I have been absolutely obsessed, I can't tell you, with Yellowstone. Oh my god, I have binged watched it. I have binged watched it so much. So I've got loads for you in. And so yeah, I started watching it, god, not even 2 weeks ago, and I'm on season 5 already. And I've bought, so season 1 to 4 is on Netflix, and then season 5, I think season 5's got 2 parts to it, I think. That's on Paramount Plus, but it's actually worked out in good time because I was gonna get Paramount Plus. Obviously I'm on a budget and not really buying these things, but I'll just buy it whilst I'm watching what I'm watching, and I binge watch stuff, so I'll watch it quickly and then cancel my subscription. But oh, my mirror's here by the way, that's why I'm looking over there. Yellow Jackets is on there as well, and the next season, and so I'm going to finish Yellowstone and then I'm going to start on Yellow Jackets because I watched Yellow Jackets, I don't know how long ago, last year, like the end of last year, and I enjoyed it so much and I was so gutted that it's finished. So I'm really excited for a new season of Yellow Jackets as well. So I thought I might as well get it. Well, I have to carry on watching Yellowstone, there's no question about it. But it's just teamed up well at the same time as Yellow Jackets. It's all a bit confusing because they're all got the word yellow in. A few people have been saying to me for a while about Yellowstone, and it's about cowboys. And I was just like, for a couple of years, I've been like, I'm not going to like something about cowboys. Like, I have no interest in anything to do with cowboys. It's not my sort of thing. But it is so good. I don't know what it is that I love about it so much, but I just couldn't stop watching it. So I took off Monday and Tuesday in the end because Lola wasn't very well, and I took her to the vet on Tuesday. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But I took the days off leave, like last minute, because I didn't want to leave her. And I just cuddled up with them. I'd started it already, but like on Monday I sat down and I was like, right, I'll watch a couple of episodes. Like first thing in the morning, I'm talking like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll watch a couple of episodes and then I'll get up and I'll do some bits and bobs. Well, before I knew it, it was 7 PM. I know that is terrible. I know that is so bad. But to be honest, not only did I not want Lola really doing anything, and again, I'll get to her in a minute, and I wasn't going out anywhere to leave her. And the thing is, if I'm doing stuff around the house, they'll follow me. Not that I'm making excuses, I could have still done loads, but I just could not stop watching this programme. And I had the a colour board night with my friend. I did film the shop that I got from that because I'm like a week behind on my food shops uploading them, so you might see that. Well, you will see what I got, but I had that night anyway, and I didn't get back till like 4 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. So I was a little bit hungover still, not loads. I was more hungover on Sunday, but I wasn't loads hungover on Monday. But you know, you just don't want to do anything. And I just could not stop watching this programme. A lady commented the other day saying that, like, stop going over the same bits of my hair so much when I straighten it, and you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I just want to make sure it's all poker straight because it's thick and a lot and I can't really see what I'm doing around the back. I am bad for that. Peggy is really snoring. Did I mention, if you're not new here, I do have 2 pugs. I don't think I said snoring and grunting will be heard in every single video of mine. And they are sneezing in their bed at the minute. Last night I actually, I think I mentioned him, well, I did mention, I've just uploaded a video of my friend sent me a really lovely Valentine's Day gift. If you've not seen that, go and check it out. It's absolutely beautiful what she got me. But I mentioned that I treated myself to an M&S meal, like dining for 2, because it's Valentine's Day yesterday. It's Saturday the 15th today. So I had, it was beautiful. It was a baked burrata, so like a mozzarella. Yeah, it came with this like spicy sauce. That spicy stuff begins with an N, I can't remember. You put that in the ceramic dish first, then put the cheese on top, and then it had breadcrumbs, and you bake it for like 30 minutes, and it was absolutely delicious. And I thought, because all of this was for two, I thought, oh, maybe I'll just have the starter tonight for dinner, and then I'll have the, because I then got 2 steaks, these smashed potatoes, and I did get an extra side of cream spinach as well, but obviously that wasn't all full yesterday because I had 1 steak. But I thought, oh, the cheese might be enough, but because it's for 2 people, right? But it was actually not very big at all, so I ate that and was still hungry. So I had a steak with the crushed potatoes, and it was absolutely delicious. And then I was too full for pudding, so I didn't have pudding, but I had half the bottle of Prosecco, and I've got the other half, which I think I might go and have a glass in a minute. But I feel weird because it's only 10 to 4, but at the same time I need to leave at like in an hour now. And I'd like to have a little drinky before I go, because it's just nice to at least have one before you're out. I don't know what we're doing tonight, I don't know if we're drinking or not. But I'm assuming wherever we're going will probably be 1 or 2. My friend's not a big drinker, but it is in London, so she's booked this surprise for me ages ago, and I have no idea what it is. A few times she's asked me, would you like to know? And I've said no, because I just love a surprise. So I've got to meet her in London tonight at 6:30. I have no idea what I'm going to wear yet. I'm quite anxious about time, to be honest. And she said that I should eat before we go, so I bought myself a macaroni cheese, just a cheap one from Sainsbury's, just to put in the oven. So I thought I could have that, but time's run out. So I'm sure later on tonight I can grab a burger from somewhere. So again, because I don't know what we're doing, but this is like Valentine's Day, I want to go quite like full makeup, as you can see. I'm the type of person that I would always prefer to be more overdressed than underdressed. I think there's 2 types of people in the world. Some people would rather be underdressed, some people would rather be overdressed. I'm definitely the type of person that I would much rather be overdressed or something. So she has said that she's wearing either jeans, a top, and like boots, or like either cowboy boots or like a small heel boot, or a tights and dress and boots. So I always feel better being out in a dress. But do you know, where I haven't been shopping and I've sold loads of my stuff, I just found that I keep wearing the same black dress over and over again. I'm just wearing a different blazer. I'd quite like to wear, if I can find something to go with it, my black blazer, because sorry, my red blazer, because we're being Valentine's, but I honestly don't know. So whatever I wear, I'm thinking maybe try and pair it with my chunky Dr. Martens, or I've got a pair of like little boots that have got a little heel on. Okay, I put way too much blush on, but I want it to last all evening, because ideally I don't want to top up, so that's the excuse I'm giving myself. Yeah, pretty much just done blush as bronzer there, but it's fine, it's absolutely fine. I don't have time to panic or worry about it. So I've had a bit of a crappy time with Lola. Obviously I've told you all before, like she's just getting really old now, and her back legs, it was summer last year, I noticed that her back legs were really bad. I took her to the vet and they did loads of tests, and they were saying, you know, basically after a little while of investigating, they were investigating by elimination, they've worked out that it's actually the nerve endings in her legs are dying. So yeah, she's like struggling more so with her back legs. Anyway, over time it's getting worse. Like I can see that she is getting worse and worse over time. And at the weekend, like we have an odd accident, like with she poos all the time inside now. She just can't feel that she's going to the toilet, but a poo's easy. It's a bit TMI, but a poo's easy to clean up. But over the weekend especially, I noticed that, well, obviously I noticed she weed in the house so many times, and on Sunday she weed 9 times in the house, and I was just so worried that she's like now incontinent. So I spent the day with her on Monday just to see how she got on, and I couldn't get a vet's appointment for Monday, and I managed to get one for Tuesday. And when so in the morning, like it was quite early in the morning, the appointment, it was like 10 o'clock, so she had her morning wee, and then all morning I was trying to get her to have another one because I wanted to collect some to take to the vets with me. and she wouldn't go. So we got to the vets, and in the car park I was like walking her around trying to get her to go to the loo, and she wouldn't. And I stepped into the vets, and of course then she wheezed all in front of the door. And I was saying like to the receptionist, who was busy with like phone calls and stuff, that she'd had an accident, and because she passed me something to clean it up with, and she kept saying, don't worry, take a seat, I'll sort it out in a minute. And I was like, well, it's actually quite a lot, and it's right by the front door, because she does it as she's walked, like she knows that she's weeing because she does this uncomfortable like scooty run thing now. She doesn't just squat and wee. And I was like, it's actually quite a lot, and it's all in front of the front door, so if you just want to pass me something, I'll clean it up. She's like, no, honestly, go and take a seat. Anyway, as I was saying that, like trying to get her attention and trying to, like, talking to the receptionist about it, Lola does another wee. And then as I see that she's done it, she like falls back into it. So like she fell into it, so it's all over her back legs. And by this point I just like got tears in my eyes. I get really anxious when taking Lola to the vets. Like I would just get so scared that I'm not going to be bringing her back home. I know it's ridiculous, but you know the bad thoughts that you have. It's just, yeah, I get really like that with Lola. Not with Peggy. I just feel like Peggy is, although she's only a year younger than her, she's got so much more strength, you know. She's just like a little soldier is Peg. But Lola I get so emotional about. Try not to cry, and then she's done a third wee. I was trying so hard not to cry, but I was crying, you know, when you're silent crying. And then this lady came out of the vet, like from the consultation room, with a lovely bulldog, and he was sniffing around Lola, and I was like, can you just please be careful, because there's quite a lot of wee on the floor. And the lady didn't look at me, she was really nice, and she just was like stroking Lola and was like, oh fuck, I need to cover my eyes actually. This spray, setting spray, is really good, but it does for some reason really take your eyeshadow off. I don't really understand it, but it does. Yeah, the lady was like looking at Lola, and she bent down and was stroking her. She's like, oh, you can't help it, can you? And I was just like bursting into, like trying so hard not to like be loud so that anyone could see or hear that I was crying. And then the lady came round from the back of reception and was like, oh my god, it is quite a lot, isn't it? I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry. And she was like, don't worry about it. And I said, oh, I have actually been trying to get a sample of it all morning. Like, I don't know if it's worth dipsticking, but she was really busy and she just didn't listen to me. And she just sort of went, oh yeah, and just started mopping it up. And because I was crying, but trying not to cry, I just couldn't speak anymore. So then the lady was mopping up, and then the vet opened the door and was like, oh, Lola. And I just don't know what was wrong with me. I just burst into tears, and he looked at me like with panic in his eyes, and he was like, my god, what's happened? And I was like, she's weed all over the floor. And he was like, that's okay, dogs do that here. I was like, no, she doesn't do that here, that's why I'm here. And he was like, okay, come in. Like, bless him, he's so nice, my vet, but he's retiring this year. He specialises in flat-faced dogs, like he's fantastic, but he's 75. Anyway, he then said to the lady, is that too late to dipstick, like the wee that's on the floor? And she was like, oh god, sorry, yeah, which was a bit annoying, because obviously I had sort of said that, but she just either didn't hear me properly or whatever. So then he took her bloods, and I took her back in the car park and managed to get a urine sample. It was difficult. They gave me such a big metal heavy bowl. And she's only little, obviously, so every time I'd put it in between her legs when she goes to the toilet, she'd like stop and look at me as if to say, what the fuck are you doing? So then no infection, because I was just really hoping it was a urine infection, because if she's incontinent, you know, it's gonna, that means she's deteriorating so quickly that it's gonna have to get up to a point where I make a difficult decision, which is just heartbreaking. You know, if you're a dog owner or an animal lover or ever had pets, you know just how horrifically difficult that is, and the idea of it is. So he took her blood test, and he said, I'll give you a call in a couple of hours, which he did. And obviously I was apologising so much, crying, and he was really nice. And then he called me, and he said her bloods are great, like there's no problems in her bloods at all. So although there was no protein or blood in her urine, it might still be a urine infection, so let's try her on some antibiotics. So she's been on antibiotics since Tuesday. God, it's 20 past. I need to be ready in like half an hour. Yeah, she's been on antibiotics since Tuesday, and she's doing well. We've had a couple of accidents, but pretty much we haven't had any. Like, we haven't had any today. We didn't have any yesterday. We had one maybe the day before. But anyway, I took her back on Thursday just for a quick update, and everyone's happy. She then had an anti-inflammatory because I said, do we think she's in pain with her back legs? And he said the condition that he's confident she's got doesn't cause pain, but she had a little bit of irritation in her ears, not an infection or anything, just a little bit of like irritation. So he gave her an anti-inflammatory and said, you know, see how she gets on with that and see how that impacts her back legs and see if it's any better. I haven't noticed much of an improvement, to be honest. The next morning, so Thursday night I had Harvey. Friday morning, like, we're all getting up and they all wake me up early for breakfast, and we're all going downstairs, and she gets so excited because she's so driven by food and ahead of herself that she just launched herself down the stairs. Like, she ran most of it, but like, you know, when it's like falling but running at the same time, and then at the bottom she just fell, you know, and then I'm like running down after her, like, for God's sake, like, be careful, take your time. Like, it's so stressful, but you just can't tell them. I have to carry her up the stairs now, she can't walk upstairs. But she launches herself down them, especially when it's breakfast time. And yeah, and you know, obviously I've been doing all this budgeting, living on a budget, and then that all cost me £400 with Lola. But so I'm back to the beginning of having nothing saved away, but I was pleased because I'm building this emergency fund up for emergencies, and it meant that I could pay it outright what I'd saved, and I didn't have to put anything on a credit card. So that was a really nice feeling. Like, although I was really enjoying having that little savings account, or emergency fund should I say, like, pile up, and this is where I've been deterred before, because there's always something. So previously I would have made an effort for like a month to save something, and then always something happens and that money's gone, and I'm like, what's the fucking point? I'm never gonna, as soon as I've got it, it's gone. But I need to just keep positive about that and change the attitude of, well, at least I was able to pay it with my own money and not put it on a credit card, which is absolutely what I would have done before. So I'm trying to remain positive about it. That's the update on her. And you know, I just never want her to be in pain. Never want either of them to be in pain. Oh, I don't know what I'm even wearing yet, and I need to leave soon. Haven't had any of my Prosecco that I wanted to have. I'm also getting really worried because my smear test was due in September, and I've got HPV, I've had it for years, so I have to have my smear every year. And all my friends that have had it at the same time as me, all of theirs is cleared, mine still hasn't. It's just so annoying. But anyway, so it means that I have to have my smear every year, and it was due in September, and I'm still waiting for my smear because there's not enough resources. And it's just so scary, and every time I call up the GP to chase, they're still like, yeah, you're on a waiting list. I'm like, it was due 6 months, I'm now 6 months overdue. And it's just so scary because, you know, my cervix could be doing anything, like, you know, anything could be happening. I'm sure it isn't, but at the same time, I have got HPV, and I've had it for years, as long as I can remember, since my first smear test, I think, so yeah, 10 years. It's never cleared itself, and every year I obviously hope that I go and they'll tell me it's gone, but of course I fear that it'll be the other way and that it's, I don't know what you call it, turned into something sinister. So I'm just so anxious that I'm still waiting. Ladies, have your smears done, man. Like, don't be frightened or embarrassed or anything to have your smear test. Like, please go and get it done, it's so important. And it's nothing to be embarrassed about. And if you've got a smear appointment through the post and you're not taking it, well, think of us lot that can't get one. Because I'm so jealous of you. I keep hearing, like, you know, a couple of people I know recently, it's just always the way that it is, have said, oh, I've got my smear this date, that date, and I'm like, I'm so fucking jealous. I wish I could have my smear test, because I'm thinking like every day, like, it's over the first couple of months I was like, okay, well, but I didn't think it would take this long. I'm so overdue, and yeah, it just causes so much anxiety. It doesn't matter how much you chase, and there's no clinics around me that offer it. It has to be from my GP. And I think it was like they had a nurse that had done it, and that she's retired, and then they obviously have to go through the whole process of hiring someone new. I'm sure it takes a long time, but they've hired someone new and then they've left after 3 weeks. And it's quite a lot to change GPs over, because it's not easy to change GP, but I am starting to get to the point where I might just consider going to a different GP now, because my sister goes to a different GP but in the same area as me, and she gets so much more from hers. Like, she gets help with like gym membership and stuff. Like, yeah, we talk about all these things all the time. She's like, oh, my GP, it's loads easier. And I'm like, with mine, the last couple of years, I've been at my GP for a long time. I usually really like it. They're usually really good. But, you know, and obviously things like this, they can't necessarily help. But it's not like, you know, where do I go from here? I'm asking if there's anywhere else they can refer me to get it done because I'm anxious. And they're telling me, no, I just have to sit and wait. Because, of course, another surgery isn't going to have a spare nurse lying around to do a smear. And the clinics around me don't do them. Oh, it just causes such anxiety. But yeah, I am getting to the point now where I'm thinking about just going to a different GP. Okay, I'm going to go and figure out an outfit. And hopefully I'll have time to show you the final look. If I don't, then go and look at my Instagram because there'll be pictures up there. So I'm going to say goodbye for now and then hopefully slot in an outfit before this. But I'm so limited for time now that it might be that I don't have time. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it as always. Let me know if you've watched Yellowstone or Yellow Jackets, and let me know your thoughts on it if you have, and let me know your thoughts on all the subjects that I've spoken about today. I'd love to hear from you guys. But thank you so much for watching, and as always I look forward to the next one. Thanks guys, bye.